found some e-waste. Worthwhile. Don't get swept away in the rain.
What a blow! Blasting everything to bits.
That's interesting. An old home that's still standing.
See that rubber scrap? That'll add a bit of bounce for you.
The Gnote pen. Noko never leaves this place. She's always put the living things first. Nooks isn't an easy language, but at least it's manageable. She says she is so happy to see you again. She wonders if you remember her. She's Noko. She let you ride her Majut when you were a kid. Noko remembers you used to chase around with so much energy and is glad to see you haven't lost any of that spark. But that's all long gone now, though. Memories show us where we've been, not where we're going. Seems reluctant to even say its name. It's become personal to her too, since it's taken so many of her innocent gnotes as prey. Noko remembers those days too, but she never lets herself wallow in them, no matter how tempting that can be. She sees you're back to buck with Lupa Lupin. Can't see how there's any way to avoid that now. Not for long, at least. She says the horrors of your younger days were enough to ruin anyone, but not you. You've got all that cheer about you still. Noko says history is like the trail you've been on. You can walk back down it any time you like, until it's worn smooth. But you get to blaze your own trail from here. Then you are stronger than her. She can't help wanting Lupa Lupin to pay for what he did to her gnotes, despite the fact it's against her nature.
Come toward the light.
Good on you. Resist.
Resist? That's just a hesitation, nothing more.
Keep telling yourself that.
Ha! Just give me this one thing.
Asks how many paths you've wandered in the world, and if you ever wonder about what might have changed if you'd taken different ones. The choices can be overwhelming, but you have to choose, or you just stay where you are. And what kind of choice is that? So happy the world is going to live, would have been crushed to see all the gnotes die with it. Likes that you stood up for the world and spurred your way toward helping it out. Glad you saw the light with the myriad. They always bring a sparkliness to any day, and sometimes the nights too. They're just so shiny, makes her smile to think about them. But let's not speak of that now. She has an idea where the Majut might have gone, as there's no other place it likes as much as its own corner of the open wild. She's even named it the Majut Meadow. The Majut will recognize the scent you've attracted while being here, so it'll probably trust you enough to follow you. You should lead the Majut back here when you find it. It's going to take time to get it calm enough to be able to ride out to the World Eater. She's sad that something as wild as the hoof puff can't be tamed, but has to come to terms with the fact that you need to stop it. What you do here matters, to you and the world. Gah, that's just awful. Watch your step around here. Feeling stronger every day. Getting swole. Says back in the old times, sludge just piped into your house. Now you must wait for a truck to bring your sludge to you, and theirs is late. They're desperate for their sludge. Could you figure out what happened to the sludge truck? Guess his bandits broke down or just busted out of sludge. No way to know till you find it. Says the sludge truck usually comes from that direction. Just go find the truck and figure out what happened to it. Otherwise, they're going to run out of sludge fast. Figures they can make it up to you somehow, if you get that sludge. It's time for an adventure, for good or bad. You found the Majut meadow. Watch out for the Majut. Slam up. Good to be able to get stuff done while the world is awake. You have a good eye for that stuff. Now that the Majut is back in the pen, it seems calm, but Noko is still concerned. She says the Majut is still anxious, but fortunately she knows just the thing it needs to calm down.
Berry?
The Majut once found and ate a bonbon gummy by mistake, and that the chewing really calmed it down.
Andro? Kanyala no toro. Kodotuku.
She says that you should find some bonbon gummies for the Majut by the crossway. At least, that's where she found some last time.
Rizentere. Tropalo. Chialdo male canodo.
She figures the choosies from the old world are made from gummy trees, but wouldn't be surprised if they were actually made from some chemical concoction, though. Let's see. A land as tough as you. That's some sharp wood scrap there. Watch for splinters. This thing has a mind of its own. Says you'll get a special price and a wrap-up on the double. Wonders why you're in such a hurry. They've got plenty of stock. A deal to be proud of. Don't look that beastie in the sears. Cranks like these usually need to be wound to operate the dispenser. Just a few moves left. Make them count. What you see is what you get. Once it's out of the blind box, that is. Always glad to have you stop by to talk. Seems surprised you have to go. Good ridey beast, no hurty. Look at those notices on the board. Too bad the gnotes couldn't read them. If you wander around here, you might find Noko. She just loves those gnotes. Once the power ran out, it made sense to ride gnotes, and that tradition continued through the years. Powered types of transportation polluted the world, but didn't poop in the street. Obviously, they didn't have their priorities right in those days. Watch your step here, and you might find tracks of another traveller. With its attention diverted to the chewy bonbon gummy, the Majut calms down. But Noko is still concerned.
Andro, dere, kanyalanotoro.
She's relieved the Majut has calmed down, but you'll need a heavier sit-tight to ride it than the one she's got. The only sit-tight she can think of that would be heavy enough is one she's spotted mounted on an old-world mecha-Majut. If she remembers correctly, she spotted it at the Smilo Shopperia while scavenging for treats for the Gnotes. That's not so far away. Seems the old world had plenty to offer, an all-in-one place for those obsessed with material things. Almost too much, if you ask her. We're all heroes of our own stories, or so we hope. This might be the end of everything as we know it. Yuck! That there's a sludge gush field where the company used to suck sludge from the underground. Now it's all over. Gonna need a key of some kind. That's more than stuck. Definitely not open. Needs a key. That notice board is cleaner than just about anything else around here. You're nudging up toward a played-out sludge field. Just follow your nose. This place used to pump sludge from the ground for fuel. If you think the sludge was nasty, it was worse when the Toxanol Corporation burned it. Not much anymore. Toxanol was bad at all sorts of things, but when it came to taking anything useful away, they got awful good at that. You can probably find a track around here if you look hard enough. The struggle is real. Dead on. Running low. That's the stuff. Winners get to keep moving. You finally found the village of Bumlidoff.
Dalla tema, dalla anu papuno.
offers you extraordinary prices for extraordinary things. Says you came to the right place. They only stock products of the finest quality. Sharp dealing. Every day, everything seems like it happens at once. Asks if you know Wiz, the one who builds the octopod. Let's see. Says you were a quiet kid and is happy to see you working toward progress. Says you must look at the Tree of Life to see how the world fares. Wouldn't be surprised if you met again. Ah, some wood scrap. Always happy to find that. Hey, a mount has no gears to grind. Some rubber scrap got uncovered over there. Got her. Pang, pang. Uppercutted. Kaboom! You're bruised. Shot through. Every day is a new chance to fulfill your destiny. There you go. One bona fide track. Even out here in the middle of all this mess, there were things to explore. Oh, they took tankers and tankers of it. Felt like they could have filled the ocean with that junk. Thinking about the goo, well, maybe they did. The tracks roll on from here to lands far beyond. The world is so much smaller underground. Focus on the tightrope. Climbing down is harder than climbing up. That might come in handy. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework.